Welcome to the Echoes of Ihsan Podcast, where we like to take these deep dives exploring texts just brimming with wisdom and guidance.
Yes.
And today we're going to be looking at Sunan Ibn Majah, Volume 1.
Excellent.
Now, I know our listeners are probably already pretty familiar with Hadith collections, but
Mhm.
what makes this one so special?
Well, you see, Sunan Ibn Majah is considered the sixth of the six canonical Hadith collections in Sunni Islam.
Right.
And it's this remarkable compilation of the Prophet Muhammad's sayings and actions, meticulously preserved and transmitted across generations.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it stand out, really, is its inclusion of these unique narrations called Zawaid.
Okay.
Not found in the other 5 major collections. So it's like discovering hidden gems,
Right.
adding layers of understanding to various aspects of Islamic life and belief.
So it's like having this extended edition,
Yeah.
revealing even more about
Yes.
the Prophet's teachings and practices.
Precisely.
So let's dive right in. One thing that struck me as I was going through the text was this emphasis on following the Prophet's path and the dangers of straying from it.
Right.
It's like there's this constant reminder to stay true to the essence of the faith.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you say?
The text repeatedly emphasizes the importance of adhering to the Prophet's teachings
Okay.
and warns against introducing innovations in religion, or what is known as bid'ah. And there's this captivating anecdote about a companion who, upon hearing a hadith,
Right.
would meticulously follow its instructions, neither exceeding nor falling short.
Wow.
And this meticulousness reveals the significance of authenticity
Okay.
in Islamic practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's about safeguarding the purity of the tradition
Right.
and ensuring that its essence is preserved.
It's like walking a tightrope, balancing between preserving tradition and adapting to the evolving world.
Indeed.
So how did these teachings get passed down so meticulously?
Right.
We were talking about centuries of transmission.
That's where the meticulous science of hadith scholarship comes in.
Okay.
You see, scholars have dedicated their lives to ensuring the authenticity and accurate transmission of these sayings.
Right.
It's an intricate process involving scrutinizing chains of narrators,
Yeah.
examining their character, memory, and consistency.
Wow.
It's like a meticulous detective investigation,
Oh, wow.
tracing the evidence back to its source.
Right.
They even developed a sophisticated system called Azma wa Rijal,
Okay.
a science dedicated to studying narrator biographies.
Oh.
It's so impressive that even non-Muslim scholars like the German Orientalist Dr. Springer
Oh, wow.
marveled at its depth and precision.
Wow. Talk about attention to detail.
Yes.
It's remarkable how they've managed to maintain the integrity of these teachings across centuries. It speaks volumes about their dedication to preserving the Prophet's legacy.
Right.
Now, speaking of legacy,
Yes.
the text also places a high value on knowledge and scholarship, right?
Absolutely. The pursuit of knowledge is considered a sacred duty in Islam.
Oh.
And Sunan Ibn Majah beautifully reflects this. There's this powerful hadith where the Prophet states, the scholars are the heirs of the prophets.
Wow.
This elevates scholars to a position of immense responsibility
Right.
as they become the guardians and transmitters of knowledge.
Right.
It's like inheriting a precious treasure and being entrusted with its safekeeping.
And it's not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about sharing it and ensuring its transmission, right?
Exactly.
Which makes me think of another prominent theme that I noticed.
Yeah.
The emphasis on purification, both physical and spiritual. It seems like there's a deep connection between purity and being receptive to knowledge.
That's a brilliant observation. You're right, Tahara.
Okay.
The Islamic concept of purification encompasses both physical cleanliness and spiritual purity.
Okay.
It's about cleansing the body, heart, and mind, creating a vessel worthy of receiving and transmitting knowledge. The text delves into extensive chapters on purification, outlining even the seemingly mundane details,
Right.
like the specific steps for entering and exiting the toilet.
It's like every action, no matter how small, can be infused with a sense of sacredness and intentionality.
Precisely, this attention to detail demonstrates how this mindset of respect, mindfulness, and purity permeates every aspect of a Muslim's life.
Right.
It's about cultivating a state of awareness and purity in all that you do. And this meticulousness extends even to the realm of faith and belief,
Okay.
particularly when grappling with complex theological concepts like qadar or divine decree.
Ah, qadar.
Yes.
That's a concept that always makes me pause and ponder.
Right.
It's about the idea that Allah has predetermined everything.
Right.
Does that mean we have no free will?
It is a profound and thought-provoking concept.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind bender, isn't it?
The text presents a hadith where the Prophet Muhammad states that everyone's place in paradise or hell is already decreed.
Oh.
However, it's crucial to remember that this knowledge shouldn't lead to complacency.
Okay.
Striving, making good choices, and performing good deeds remain essential.
So how do we reconcile the idea of predestination with free will and accountability?
Right.
It feels like a paradox.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a topic that has been debated by scholars for centuries.
Right.
Some scholars interpret it as Allah knowing all possibilities and outcomes, yet granting humans the agency to choose their path.
Okay.
Others emphasize the importance of trusting in Allah's plan while still fulfilling our obligation to strive for good.
Right.
Ultimately, the question of how predestination and free will coexist might remain a mystery, but the emphasis remains on striving for righteousness.
It's like navigating a maze, knowing there's a predetermined path, but still having the freedom to choose which turns to take along the way.
Indeed.
And speaking of paths, the text also highlights the journeys of prominent companions of the Prophet.
Yes.
Their stories seem to be more than just historical accounts.
Right.
They offer valuable insights into character resilience and leadership, don't they?
Absolutely. These narratives provide tangible examples of Islamic principles being embodied in everyday life, inspiring us to cultivate those same virtues in ourselves.
Right.
For instance, the profound bond between the Prophet and Abu Bakr, his closest companion, exemplifies unwavering loyalty and trust.
Right.
Then there's Umar, known for his strong sense of justice, who transformed from an ardent opponent of Islam to one of its most influential figures.
These stories are like a treasure trove of inspiration, showing us how faith can shape character and lead to extraordinary transformations.
Absolutely.
They remind us that even the greatest figures face challenges and made choices, just like us.
Precisely. And through their stories, we learn about facing persecution with unwavering faith.
Okay.
As exemplified by Khabbab ibn al-Arat, we witness the profound wisdom and knowledge of Ibn Alas, the Prophet's cousin, renowned for his insightful interpretations of the Quran.
Okay.
These accounts are not just historical narratives. They are lessons in courage, resilience, and unwavering devotion to faith.
It's like having a front row seat to history.
Yes.
Witnessing these figures navigate their challenges and leave behind a legacy of faith and virtue.
Indeed.
But as we celebrate these inspiring figures, the text also doesn't shy away from addressing difficult issues, like extremism and deviation. It's like a reminder that even within a faith tradition, there can be interpretations that lead to harm and division.
Absolutely. The text specifically addresses the Khawarij,
Okay.
a group known for their extreme interpretations and violent actions.
Right.
It serves as a stark reminder that interpretations leading to fanaticism contradict the essence of Islam,
Right.
which emphasizes compassion, justice, and peace.
It highlights the importance of balanced understanding, critical thinking, and seeking knowledge from reliable sources.
Exactly. It urges us to constantly question, evaluate, and ensure our understanding aligns with the core values of Islam, rejecting interpretations that lead to extremism or violence.
It's like constantly calibrating our moral compass, making sure it's pointing in the right direction.
Yes.
And in the midst of these warnings, there's also this beautiful thread running through the text.
Right.
The encouragement to seek knowledge.
Absolutely.
It's like a constant reminder that learning is a lifelong journey, a pursuit worthy of our utmost effort.
Yes. There's that beautiful hadith describing angels lowering their wings in approval for those seeking knowledge.
Wow.
It paints such a powerful image, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It emphasizes that the quest for knowledge isn't just about accumulating facts. It's about drawing closer to Allah and deepening our understanding of His creation.
It's like a divine stamp of approval on the pursuit of knowledge, urging us to embrace learning as a path to spiritual growth.
Precisely.
Now, I'm curious, what specific insights do these, the wise that are unique to Sunan Ibn Majah, bring to our understanding?
Well, they cover a wide range of topics.
Okay.
From detailed explanations of rituals to ethical guidelines and social interactions.
Okay.
These additions enrich our understanding of the Prophet's teachings and practices, offering a more complete picture of his life and legacy.
Right.
They act as puzzle pieces, filling in the gaps and offering a richer, more nuanced understanding of Islamic tradition.
Okay.
For example, Some Zawaid shed light on the Prophet's interactions with women, revealing his respect and advocacy for their rights, a perspective that might not be as prominent in other collections.
So these Zawaids offer a broader lens through which to view the Prophet's life and teachings.
Exactly.
It's like having access to behind-the-scenes footage, revealing a more intimate and multifaceted understanding of his character and message.
Precisely. And what's fascinating is that the inclusion of these unique narrations sparked debate among scholars regarding their authenticity. Some questioned their inclusion, while others defended their validity based on rigorous analysis of their chains of narration.
Right.
This ongoing discussion itself is a testament to the dynamic nature of Islamic scholarship and the dedication to preserving the integrity of the tradition.
It's like a constant process of refining and reevaluating. Ensuring that the teachings remain pure and relevant. That speaks volumes about the intellectual rigor and commitment to preserving the authenticity of the Prophet's legacy.
Absolutely. And this meticulousness isn't just limited to content.
Right.
It also extends to the structure and categorization of hadith within Sunan Ibn Majah. The book is meticulously organized into chapters, each focusing on a specific theme, making it a comprehensive guide to various aspects of Islamic belief and practice.
It's like having a well-structured library, allowing you to easily navigate through different areas of knowledge.
Exactly.
So as we've seen, Sunan Ibn Majah is much more than just a collection of sayings. It's a window into the heart of Islamic tradition. Offering guidance, inspiration, and a profound understanding of the faith's core values. But I'm wondering, how do we as individuals living in a world vastly different from 7th century Arabia approach these teachings in a way that is both authentic and relevant to our lives today?
That's a crucial question, and it requires a balanced approach. We must remember that hadith were revealed in a specific historical and cultural context, and understanding that context is key to interpretation. We need to extract the underlying principles and values behind specific actions or sayings and apply them to our modern lives. For example, while certain hadith address issues like slavery or punishments prevalent in 7th century Arabia, practices we don't condone today. They still contain underlying principles of justice, compassion, and social responsibility that remain timeless.
It's like deciphering a coded message. Understanding the historical context to unlock the timeless wisdom embedded within.
Precisely. And it's a journey that requires continuous learning, critical thinking, and seeking guidance from qualified scholars who can provide nuanced interpretations.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between honoring the tradition and applying its wisdom to our modern realities.
Exactly.
This exploration of Sunan Ibn Majah has been truly eye-opening.
Yes.
What are some of the specific stories or teachings within this text that you find particularly captivating or insightful?
Oh, there are so many.
Yeah.
But one that comes to mind is... Oh, there are so many. But one that comes to mind is the story of Abu Bakr's unwavering loyalty during the Prophet's migration to Medina.
Oh, yeah.
Faced with persecution in Mecca, you know, the Prophet and Abu Bakr sought refuge in a cave. And as enemies approached Abu Bakr, fearing for the Prophet's safety, whispered if any of them were to look under his feet, he would surely see us.
Oh, wow.
The Prophet, with unshakable faith, reassured him. What do you think of two when Allah is the third with them?
That's an incredible story. It's a reminder that even in the face of fear and uncertainty, faith can provide a source of strength and solace. It also highlights the profound connection between the Prophet and his companions.
Exactly.
A bond forged in shared hardship and unwavering belief.
And these stories aren't just about the Prophet's male companions. There are also inspiring accounts of women who played pivotal roles in early Islam. For instance, Salama, one of the Prophet's wives, was known for her wisdom and insightful counsel. She played a key role in advising the Prophet during critical moments. Demonstrating the value placed on women's perspectives and contributions.
That's really interesting. It challenges the often held misconception that women played a secondary role in early Islam. Their stories showcase their strength, wisdom, and influence in shaping the course of the faith.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the compelling stories of individuals who converted to Islam despite facing intense opposition. Khabbab ibn al-Arat, for example, endured brutal persecution for his faith.
Okay.
Yet his resolve never wavered.
Wow.
His story is a testament to the transformative power of conviction.
Right.
And the courage it takes to stand up for one's beliefs.
These narratives are so powerful.
Yes.
They remind us that faith isn't just about reciting prayers or following rituals.
Right.
It's about living out our values, even in the face of adversity. It's about embodying those principles of compassion, justice, and resilience in our daily interactions and choices.
And one of the core principles emphasized throughout Sunan Ibn Majah is the importance of seeking knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
There's a beautiful hadith where the Prophet states, "Whoever travels a path in search of knowledge,
Right.
Allah will make easy for him a path to paradise."
Wow, that's a beautiful image.
It highlights that the pursuit of knowledge is not just a personal endeavor,
Right.
but a divinely guided path, a journey that earns Allah's favor.
It also reminds us that knowledge isn't confined to religious studies. It encompasses all forms of beneficial knowledge that contribute to the well-being of individuals and communities.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's not just about acquiring knowledge.
Right.
It's about sharing it and using it to benefit others.
Yeah.
The Prophet emphasized this, stating, "The best of people are those who learn the Quran and teach it."
Wow.
This highlights the importance of both scholarship and the transmission of knowledge,
Right.
ensuring its preservation and continued relevance across generations.
It's like a chain of light, passing from one generation to the next, illuminating the path toward understanding and enlightenment.
Beautiful.
This emphasis on knowledge also ties into another prominent theme we've touched upon.
Right.
The importance of avoiding disputes and seeking reconciliation. It seems that seeking knowledge goes hand in hand with cultivating a harmonious community.
Yes, it's a very insightful observation.
Yeah.
There are numerous hadith in Sunan Ibn Majah that emphasize the importance of resolving conflicts peacefully and fostering a spirit of unity within the Muslim community. For instance, the Prophet said, "Shall I not inform you of something better than the rank of fasting, prayer, and charity?"
Wow.
The companions replied, "Yes, O Messenger of Allah."
Okay.
He said, "Reconciling between people."
Wow, that's a powerful message.
It highlights that resolving disputes and fostering harmony are even more virtuous than engaging in acts of individual piety.
It suggests that true righteousness involves not just personal acts of devotion, but also fostering a harmonious and supportive environment for everyone.
Exactly. And this emphasis on reconciliation extends beyond interpersonal conflicts.
Okay.
The text also discourages disputing over interpretations of religious matters,
Right.
highlighting the need for respect and understanding even when there are differences of opinion.
Okay.
It encourages engaging in respectful dialogue.
Right.
And recognizing that diverse perspectives can enrich our understanding.
That's a valuable lesson, especially in today's world where polarization and disagreements often dominate discussions.
It's a reminder to approach disagreements with humility, recognizing that our understanding is always evolving, and we can learn from those who hold different views. It's about fostering an environment where dialogue and respectful debate can flourish, leading to a deeper, more nuanced understanding of our faith.
And this open-mindedness and willingness to learn from one another are essential for navigating the complexities of theological concepts like qadar, which we discussed earlier. It's a topic that has sparked numerous interpretations and debates among scholars throughout Islamic history.
It raises profound questions about free will predestination and the nature of divine knowledge.
How do different schools of thought within Islam approach this complex issue? Are there any particular interpretations or perspectives that shed light on this age-old debate?
One prominent perspective emphasizes the importance of balancing belief in divine decree with human responsibility. It suggests that while Allah has knowledge of all things, including our choices, this doesn't negate our free will or accountability for our actions. Our choices still matter, and we are responsible for the paths we choose. This interpretation encourages striving for righteousness while acknowledging that ultimately we are guided by Allah's will.
That's a really interesting perspective.
It's like acknowledging a higher plan while still taking ownership of our choices and striving to live a virtuous life.
It's a reminder that our actions have consequences. Both in this life and the hereafter.
And this understanding aligns with the emphasis on righteous deeds that permeates Sunan Ibn Majah. The text highlights the profound impact of our actions, emphasizing that even seemingly small acts of kindness or piety can have a ripple effect.
There's that beautiful hadith where the Prophet describes the reward for those who help others in need.
Yes.
Stating that Allah will come to their aid in both this world and the next.
That's right.
It emphasizes that our actions have far-reaching consequences and that helping others brings divine blessings and support.
Precisely. And it's not just about grand gestures.
Right.
The text emphasizes the importance of consistency in performing even seemingly small acts of piety and kindness.
Okay.
For instance, the Prophet said, "Do not disdain doing any good deed,
Right.
even meeting your brother with a cheerful face."
Wow.
It highlights that every act, no matter how small, has value when performed with sincerity and good intention.
It's like weaving a tapestry of good deeds.
Yes.
Each thread, no matter how fine, contributing to the overall beauty and strength of the fabric.
Beautiful.
It's a reminder that our lives are composed of countless moments.
Right.
Each an opportunity to make a positive impact, whether through a kind word, a helping hand, or simply a warm smile.
Absolutely. And this attention to detail extends to all aspects of life,
Right.
including the seemingly mundane. The text dedicates entire chapters to topics like purification etiquette and even entering and exiting the toilet.
Wow.
Highlighting that even these everyday actions can be infused with mindfulness and intentionality.
Right.
It's about recognizing that Islam is not just a set of beliefs or rituals, but a way of life that encompasses every moment.
It's like a reminder to be present and mindful in every aspect of our lives.
Yeah.
Recognizing the potential for worship and spiritual growth in every action, no matter how small.
Precisely.
This holistic approach to faith is truly inspiring.
And it ties into another crucial aspect of Islamic tradition.
Okay.
The emphasis on balancing individual piety with social responsibility. Sunan Ibn Majah highlights that our faith isn't just a private matter,
Right.
but a call to contribute to the well-being of others and work toward a just and compassionate society.
For instance, the Hadith, where the Prophet compares the Muslim community to a body.
Right?
Where if one part suffers, the entire body feels the pain.
Yes.
Emphasizes the interconnectedness of individuals within the community and the obligation to care for and support one another.
It's a powerful reminder that our well-being is intertwined.
Right.
And we have a responsibility to uplift and support each other.
And this responsibility extends beyond our immediate circles.
Yeah.
It involves advocating for justice, speaking truth to power,
Right.
and defending the oppressed, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable.
Absolutely. The Prophet emphasized this, stating the best jihad is a word of truth in front of an oppressive ruler.
Wow.
This highlights the courage it takes to stand up for what's right,
Right.
even when facing powerful opposition.
It's a reminder that true faith isn't passive.
Right.
It requires active engagement in creating a more just and compassionate world.
Absolutely.
It's about using our voices and actions to challenge injustice and promote the well-being of all.
Precisely. And this pursuit of justice is intertwined with another core Islamic principle, seeking a balance between worldly pursuits and spiritual aspirations. Sunan Ibn Majah reminds us that while striving for success in this world is important, our ultimate focus should be on the hereafter.
Right.
It's about recognizing that material possessions and worldly achievements are temporary, while the rewards of a life lived in accordance with Allah's will are eternal.
It's like walking a tightrope, balancing our worldly responsibilities with our spiritual aspirations.
Yes.
It's about finding that sweet spot where we can fulfill our earthly duties while keeping our hearts anchored in the pursuit of Allah's pleasure.
Exactly. And this balance is reflected in the teachings of the Prophet and the lives of his companions. They were individuals who excelled in both worldly and spiritual matters. They were successful merchants, skilled leaders, and devoted worshipers, demonstrating that these aspects of life are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary when pursued with the right intention.
It's like a reminder that faith should enhance our lives, not detract from them. It's about integrating our spiritual values into all aspects of our existence, finding meaning and purpose in both our worldly pursuits and our acts of devotion.
Precisely. And this integration of faith and life is beautifully illustrated in the Hadith that emphasize the importance of good character and virtuous conduct. Sunan Ibn Majah reminds us that true righteousness goes beyond just outward actions. It's about cultivating inner qualities that reflect the beauty and nobility of the human spirit.
There's a beautiful Hadith where the Prophet describes the believers as those whose character is most excellent.
Yes.
Highlighting the importance of integrity, honesty, compassion, and humility.
That's right.
It's a reminder that our actions should be a reflection of our inner state, emanating from a heart that is pure, sincere, and striving for closeness to Allah.
Absolutely. And these qualities are not just abstract ideals. They're meant to be lived out in our daily interactions. Sunan Ibn Majah is filled with examples of the Prophet's exemplary character. His kindness, generosity, patience, and forgiveness. These stories serve as models for us to emulate, inspiring us to cultivate those same virtues within ourselves.
It's like having a blueprint for building a virtuous character. A guide to developing the qualities that elevate the human soul and bring us closer to Allah.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that true beauty lies not in our outward appearance, but in the purity of our hearts and the sincerity of our intentions.
And this cultivation of virtue is not just a personal endeavor. It has social implications as well. Sunan Ibn Majah encourages using our good character to benefit others and contribute to a more just and compassionate society.
You're referring to the hadith that encouraged speaking truth to power, defending the oppressed, and upholding justice even in the face of adversity. It's a powerful message reminding us that true faith isn't passive, but rather an active force that seeks to improve the world around us.
Absolutely. And it's about recognizing that each of us has a role to play in creating a more just and equitable society, whether through acts of kindness, advocating for those who are marginalized, or simply standing up for what's right. Our actions, no matter how small, can contribute to positive change.
It's like each of us holding a piece of the puzzle. And when we come together, guided by principles of justice and compassion, we can create a more beautiful and harmonious world.
Precisely. And this interconnectedness between individual actions and societal well-being is a recurring theme in Sunan Ibn Majah. The text highlights that our choices and behaviors not only shape our own lives, but also have an impact on the community as a whole. It encourages us to be mindful of our actions and strive to create a ripple effect of goodness that extends beyond ourselves.
This exploration of Sunan Ibn Majah has been truly enlightening.
It's remarkable how this collection compiled centuries ago speaks so directly to the challenges and opportunities we face in the modern world.
It really is.
The emphasis on knowledge, compassion, justice balance, and character development provides a timeless framework for navigating the complexities of life and striving for a more meaningful and fulfilling existence.
Absolutely. And as we delve deeper into the specific chapters and teachings within Sunan Ibn Majah, we'll continue to uncover gems of wisdom that can illuminate our paths and inspire us towards greater understanding and spiritual growth.
I'm particularly curious to explore the chapters that deal with the realities of the hereafter.
Yeah, me too.
Ibn Majah doesn't shy away from depicting the profound consequences of our actions in this life, both the rewards and the punishments that await us in the next.
It's a reminder that this life is a journey, a preparation for the eternal life to come. And the choices we make, the deeds we perform, will shape our destiny in the hereafter.
Precisely. And while those chapters can evoke a sense of awe and even trepidation, they are ultimately meant to guide us towards a life of righteousness and inspire us to seek the ultimate reward, closeness to Allah, and eternal bliss in His presence.
I'm eager to dive into those chapters and explore the profound insights they offer. They offer a glimpse into the mysteries of the unseen and remind us of the importance of living with purpose and striving for a legacy that extends beyond this earthly realm.
Absolutely. And as we explore those chapters, it's important to remember that the descriptions of paradise and hell are often metaphorical, meant to convey the profound reality of accountability and the eternal significance of our choices. They are meant to inspire hope and motivate us towards righteousness, while also cautioning us against actions that lead to spiritual ruin.
It's a delicate balance, isn't it?
It is.
Finding that space between hope and fear. Recognizing the severity of Allah's punishment. While also trusting in His infinite mercy and forgiveness.
Indeed. And that balance is reflected throughout Sunan Ibn Majah, reminding us that Allah is both just and merciful. And our ultimate goal is not just to avoid punishment, but to earn His pleasure and attain closeness to Him.
It's about cultivating a love for Allah that drives our actions. Rather than just a fear of His wrath. It's about recognizing that true fulfillment comes from aligning our lives with His will. And striving to embody His attributes of compassion, justice, and mercy in our interactions with others.
Precisely. And as we continue our exploration of Sunan Ibn Majah, we'll see how this balance between hope and fear, love and awe, permeates its teachings, guiding us towards a life of meaning, purpose,
Right.
and ultimately closeness to our Creator.
I can't wait.
And, as we sort of wrap up our deep dive into Sunan Ibn Majah, it becomes increasingly clear that it's not just about these abstract theological concepts or historical narratives.
Yeah.
It's really a practical guide to navigating the complexities of life.
Right.
Filled with wisdom that can be applied to our everyday challenges and aspirations.
Absolutely. One area where this practicality shines through is the emphasis on strong family ties and honoring one's parents.
Yes.
It's like a cornerstone of Islamic ethics, wouldn't you say?
It certainly is. The text is replete with hadith that highlight the importance of treating parents with respect, kindness, and obedience.
Okay.
It emphasizes that this obligation extends beyond just providing for their material needs. It encompasses emotional support, kind words, and recognizing the sacrifices they've made.
And it's not just limited to biological parents, right? There are hadith that extend this concept of respect and care to all elders and those in positions of authority.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's about fostering a culture of respect for those who came before us, recognizing their wisdom, experience, and the contributions they've made to society. This reverence for elders is deeply ingrained in Islamic tradition and reflected in the way we interact with our parents, grandparents, teachers, and community leaders.
It's about acknowledging the interconnectedness of generations and recognizing that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us.
Yes.
And this respect for elders is beautifully encapsulated in the Hadith, where the Prophet describes paradise lying under the feet of mothers.
Beautiful image.
It's a powerful image
that
highlights the profound impact mothers have on shaping our lives and guiding us towards righteousness.
It's a beautiful metaphor, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It emphasizes the pivotal role mothers play in nurturing and guiding their children, instilling values and shaping their moral compass. It's a reminder to cherish and honor the women who have given us life.
Yes.
And played such a crucial role in our development.
And speaking of shaping lives, Sunan Ibn Majah dedicates a significant portion to the lives and virtues of the Prophet's companions.
It's like having a front row seat to history, witnessing how these individuals embodied Islamic principles in their daily lives. Their stories offer invaluable insights into their personalities, struggles, and triumphs, providing tangible examples of how faith can be translated into action. For instance, the stories about Abu Bakr's unwavering loyalty, Umar's strong sense of justice, and Uthman's generosity and humility are not just historical accounts. They are lessons in character development and spiritual excellence.
And it's fascinating to see how their individual strengths and weaknesses played a role in shaping the course of early Islamic history. Their stories remind us that they weren't perfect beings. But rather complex individuals navigating the challenges of their time. Guided by their faith and commitment to the Prophet's teachings.
Absolutely. Their stories are relatable because they showcase the human side of faith. The struggles, doubts, and triumphs that are part of the spiritual journey. They teach us that mistakes are opportunities for growth. And even the most righteous individuals face trials and tribulations.
Of course.
It's their unwavering commitment to Allah and their willingness to learn and evolve that makes their stories so inspiring.
And speaking of challenges, Ibn Majah doesn't shy away from addressing difficult issues. Like extremism and the dangers of blind following. It's like a reminder that critical thinking and discernment are essential.
Absolutely.
Even within a faith tradition.
There's a hadith where the Prophet warns against blindly following the masses, urging his followers to verify information and seek knowledge from reliable sources. This highlights the importance of intellectual engagement and not simply accepting things at face value. It encourages questioning, exploring different perspectives, and arriving at informed conclusions based on sound evidence and reasoning.
It's about recognizing that blind faith can lead to stagnation and error. While critical thinking, when done with respect and sincerity, can lead to deeper understanding and spiritual growth.
Precisely. It's about approaching our tradition with both reverence and a healthy dose of curiosity, always seeking to learn, grow, and deepen our connection with Allah.
And this emphasis on critical thinking ties into another important theme that runs throughout Sunan Ibn Majah.
Yes.
The pursuit of knowledge.
Absolutely. The text repeatedly highlights that seeking knowledge is a sacred duty,
Right.
a path that leads to divine favor and spiritual enlightenment.
And it's not just about acquiring knowledge for its own sake.
Right.
It's about using that knowledge to benefit others, to contribute to the well-being of society.
Yes.
And to make the world a better place.
The Prophet emphasized this, stating whoever conceals knowledge,
Right.
Allah will bridle him with a bridle of fire on the day of resurrection.
Wow.
This highlights the importance of sharing what we learn.
Right.
And using our knowledge to illuminate the path for others.
It's like a ripple effect where knowledge spreads outward, illuminating minds and hearts.
Yes.
And creating a more enlightened and compassionate world.
Beautiful image.
And this pursuit of knowledge isn't limited to religious studies.
Right.
It encompasses all forms of beneficial knowledge that contribute to human progress and understanding.
Absolutely. It's about cultivating a lifelong love of learning, seeking knowledge from diverse sources, and applying what we learn to improve our lives and the lives of those around us.
So as we've seen, Sunan Ibn Majah is much more than just a collection of sayings and stories.
Right.
It's a comprehensive guide to living a meaningful and purposeful life, rooted in faith, knowledge,
Yes.
compassion,
Yes.
and a commitment to making a positive impact on the world.
It's a treasure trove of wisdom that has guided generations of Muslims and continues to offer relevant insights for navigating the challenges and opportunities of our modern world.
This deep dive has been an incredible journey.
Yes, it has.
Revealing the depth and richness of Sunan Ibn Majah. It's left me with a renewed appreciation for the importance of seeking knowledge, cultivating virtuous character,
Right.
and striving to live a life that is pleasing to Allah and beneficial to humanity.
And remember, this is just the beginning of your exploration. Right. We encourage you to delve deeper into the text, to ponder its teachings, and to allow its wisdom to guide your steps.
Until next time, may the pursuit of knowledge and understanding continue to illuminate your path
Yes.
and lead you towards a life of meaning, purpose, and blessings.